What's up, YouTube? Today I wanted to talk to you about when is it time to cut someone off. So, to get into this topic, you might have history with someone or you've established a relationship with them and you're at a crossroads and you don't really know if you should cut this person off or you should continue that relationship. A simple way to figure that out is, are they an asset or a liability? And you would have to be the judge of that. You would have to question and evaluate how they show up in your life. Do they add value? Or do they take value away? Sometimes you might even have good people in your circle and they just don't bring any value to your life. You might outgrown them. You might not have things in common, but these are good people. These are good people, good-hearted people. You two are on different paths. And a lot of times we hold on to people because they're good people. But they serve no purpose in our lives. And this is something you deeply have to think about when to cut someone off. Then you got people that just wreak havoc every time you have an encounter with them. It's always something going on. And you might be a problem solver. You might feel like you need to come to their aid and help them out. And a lot of times, they're never going to really take your advice and do anything with it. And the result of that is a lot of their poor decision making. And they want you to be the cleanup person. This could be family, friends, spouse. And this is something we need to really think about. Like, I hear this topic all the time of cutting people off, and it's like, cut them off, cut them off, cut them off. Sometimes you can resolve some of those relationships if you just have a conversation. Sometimes it's just best, it's just too far. The damage is done and it's just too far gone. At that point, you're just wasting their time and you're wasting your time. It's just best you guys go your separate ways. And truth be told, some people just aren't meant to be in your life long term. They're just not. I don't believe in just cutting people off. Like you have people walking on eggshells. This is why I'm explaining this. I don't believe in cutting people off and you having them walk on eggshells. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna cut them off. You get mad at them and cut them off. You can't. It's a little deeper than that. You got to really evaluate and ask yourself, do you value this relationship? Can it be resolved? Is this person bringing value to my life? Is there any substance here? All of those things play a big part. And you really have to evaluate your relationships with people. Family, like I said, friends, and significant others. You got to evaluate them. Should they be in your life at this point? Especially if you're a person on a self-development journey. You really don't have a lot of time for games and nonsense. So this is very important moving forward. I've heard people talk about cutting off their parents, man. I hate to say it, you would like that relationship to be solid, but at the end of the day, if they are wreaking havoc in your life, you can love them from a distance. Leaving a long-term lover. You've been together for years, and this situation isn't going anywhere. The only reason you're there, only reason you're with them still is two reasons. You're filling the void, you're lazy. Pretty much. Pretty much. You're filling the void, or you're just lazy to move on. You don't want to give it no effort to anyone else new. And it could be some insecurity there as well. You think that's the best you can do. Friendships. I mean, you can know someone from childhood, but as you guys age, you start to realize, do we have a lot in common, or we just got history? And like I said, these can be good people, but it's not you guys' life. It's your life. You're living your own life. They're living theirs. And you got to make a decision. Are you going to be the type of individual that stays the same? Or are you going to be the type of individual that's on your growth journey? And personally, I've seen that from childhood friends where they just haven't grown much. And I look at myself and I'm like, I'm past all of that. And no offense to them, still got love for them. It's just we're on two different journeys, man. I can love you from a distance. And I hope they can respect that. If they don't, so be it. But this is my life, not yours. So it's something to really think about when it comes to cutting people off, though. When it really comes to someone wants to see you wants to see you miserable, because misery loves company. They definitely do. You're gonna have to cut them off. Some people just don't want to fix their problems. We're living in the age today, man. There's so much spiritual warfare going on out here, and mental illness. Like, people do not want us. A lot of issues that have been stored up and hidden, they're coming to the surface. And people are showing you who they truly are. Unfortunately. You got to be mindful of that. And it's a lot of people out here just don't want to see you happy. They don't. They want that. But they don't know how to produce it. But yeah, family, I wanted to just share this with you. So just evaluate your relationships with people and figure out if that relationship is worth saving or ending. That's all I got, family.